All right, y'all. It's my second last day here in Honduras, at least on this visit. And just want to show you guys what's going on here. Got the hillside right here. Steadily chopping and dropping, leaving the cecropias to do their thing. I eventually plan on maybe doing something like pineapples or doing some sort of hillside plantings here. But for now, we're just keeping it simple and focusing on the more arable flat land down there. So here we're going down, do a little basic run through of everything. What's today's date? It's like early December. I'll be back again on the 8th of January, so I could do another update then, but do a little quick one here. Got some Annona species here. I really don't know what it is. It kind of looks like a chirimoya based on the leaves, but the reality is I don't know what it is. But it's cool. I didn't even realize it was here, but it is right on the edge of our property, which is cool. Don't know if we planted that or if a bird planted that, but either way, I'll take it. Cecropias, the banana patch, the fertility bank of the system is going strong. Got a lot of random stuff here. If you remember, this beautiful cashew right here. Things are starting to get way over my head, which is awesome. Got a pineapple, more bananas that need some cleaning up, and more bananas that need to get taken to be used somewhere else. So this road that's right next to the fence is doing extremely well, and I think my theory is that because my neighbor has kept this fallow for the past couple years, couple of months, I feel like that sort of the edge effect of a fully vegetated landscape is helping keep moisture, and of course this huge old cashew tree is helping to maintain moisture and helping to provide a little microclimate for these bananas. A little bit of a lemongrass road, just because why not? I'll probably propagate that out later. More of these bananas. Here you can see, so here you can see an example of a not so properly managed banana clump. Kind of have some standing dead ones. Maybe the skinny, lanky ones aren't taken out. The dead leaves aren't taken out. And you can see a healthier banana clump. You can see all fresh green growth. I've taken out all these huge ones just to maintain the health and vigor of the banana clumps. You could really tell the difference. That's a really healthy banana clump, which I need to thin even more, but that'll come later. More bananas. I'm not sure what these have been. My superstar bananas. I'm not sure what they are. According to the locals, the taste of the banana itself isn't all that great, but man, does it grow. It grows a lot better than, say, like these are plantains here. And these are kind of wimpy. They don't grow that many pups, and if they do grow the pups, they're really wimpy pups. They sort of look like that. So this area needs to get transitioned into something. But for now, I'm gonna keep propagating out these really healthy bananas, whatever they are, purely for biomass purposes, because they have been kind of carrying this system. So I'm gonna reimagine this space in the future. But we got random racks hanging. Sugarcane, of course, everywhere. I don't use sugarcane as much for chop and drop because it's kind of a harder material, but I hope to get a little hand crank press sometime soon so I can start making sugarcane juice out here. And then the bagasse, as it's called, what's left of the sugarcane after it's pressed, that's grade A fertilizer. So hope we can get that working. But for now, beautiful, nice little windbreak, nice shade, nice presence here in the system. And here we got the next section that we started working on. I call it the Cashew Grove, I guess, because you can see there's a lot. We did this during cashew season, so there's a lot of cashew seeds. Because remember, out here, there's no seed catalogs, there's no stores out here, no nurseries. We just got to work with what's around. Got beautiful castor beans as the emergent, cecropias as an emergent up there as well. Here's a bed, a little mini agroforestry bed. Got mango coming up strong, flanked by jack beans, and the jack beans are putting on the show. There's tons of pods everywhere. Got some pigeon pea that is coming in strong now that the dry season's coming along. They kind of like a little bit drier conditions. They were taking a beating this rainy season, but they greened up and they look beautiful now. Another cashew here. Here's the jack bean pods coming up. Really excited about these. Really excited to keep propagating these out and try to share these with the local farmers and have them implement it on their properties and see what they think. Don't see much in here. Some random little trees that I might just have to replant with something else. Another beautiful cashew. They're starting to grow. Got some castor beans up there helping out. Let's see what else. More cashews coming up. More jack beans back there. A lot of banana biomass, as always, making the system fertile. Let's see what we got down there. Oh yeah, that's good stuff right there. So bananas are really, really helping extend the fertility this way. More cashews. More cecropias. Let's see what we got over here. Cashew, mango, jack beans. Beautiful jack beans. More cashews. I think that's what it is. More pigeon peas up top. Castors up top. A lot of native guavas. Not the best tasting fruit or like big, huge fruit like we're used to seeing at the markets and stores, but great for the local wildlife. And when it's fruiting season, man, the ground is just littered with tons of decomposing guava fruits, and really good to fertilize the system as well. More mangoes. Some bananas coming up, so now we're gonna extend the banana patch this way so that I don't have to keep dragging bananas stems over here. Like right here, we got a little patch right here already, sheltering the cashews and other trees. We have a mamey zapote doing well. Starting to realize that plants with big seeds do well in the system because they have a lot of power in them, and they're easy to see once they come up. Whereas little tiny trees are tiny when they're young, are kind of hard to see when we're macheting, and they just kind of get lost and they end up not doing so well. So cashews. So here's another agroforestry row, which I really like. Really like the resilience of these agroforestry rows. A lot of work to do, but they're worth it in the long run, I think. Because even if the seeds that I planted don't do so well and a lot of them don't come up, it's all good. I have this amazing nest that I can just put other seeds in whenever, the next cashew season comes or next mango season or whatever, what have you. I can fill in the gaps. And it's just this really resilient bed. Cashew, another, oops, that's a castor bean leaf. Another mamey zapote. Another cashew as well. So high density. We have a negrito tree right here. Really beautiful. I love these trees. The leaves look super beautiful on them. Aceituno, they're also called. I think the Latin name is like Cimaroba amara or Cimaroba glauca. One of those. I'm not sure. This is a Guanacaste tree, which is doing decently. For some reason, most of the Guanacaste trees I planted aren't doing that great. So this is one of the only ones that's doing pretty decently. Hopefully it comes up. Again, castor bean doing well. More random castors. Got some more of those really, really healthy banana varieties that I showed you over there. Coming up. I'm really gonna be liberal with the amount of fertilizer I give to these bananas because they give me so much fertilizer. So I want to make sure that they eat good so that the rest of the system eats good. Mango coming up. Here we got another cashew and another negrito tree right here. And here's a sort of a rocky, not so friendly environment for planting. Just tons of boulders, tons of rocks here. And it's on a hill. You know, I'm going up now. So what we've been doing is that we've just been keeping these I always forget the names of these trees. Berberia, it's called in Spanish. And other sort of random stuff that comes up. But we're keeping all these trees so that it's a very, very shaded environment because it's harsh enough as it is, it being so rocky and a hilltop. I'm not gonna try to expect to be planting tons of seeds out here and expecting them to do well right out of the gate. So we're gonna keep this nice and wooded, and we can also, the same way I'm using the banana patch for fertilizer, I'm using this for fertilizer as well. These are nice, long, slender chunks of the berberia are perfect for lining the edges of the agroforestry beds. And the leaves are just nice and soft, and they decompose beautifully. So it's kind of just a nice, and it's so nice to be under here. The filtered light coming through. So making a very rocky and kind of hard place a little nicer is the most I can hope for this spot for right now. We also have this really cool Piper species. I think it's Piper aduncum. I'll show you guys some more. But they're really nice. I really like what they've been doing. They kind of clump, make a nice big clump. Let's see if I can show you guys the. Ooh. And what we've been doing also is, if we find any random, since there's so many places for birds to come chill up here, there's a lot of trees like randomly coming up. So when we machete, we try our best to see if there's a tree that we want to grow, and then we'll kind of machete around it and go from there. Beautiful cashew tree right here. I always like to come see this cashew. Super, super resilient tree. You can see how much shade it gives under there. The biomass is so hard, it's not soft like the other fast growing trees, so it stays for a while. More berberia. And they're macheting down there. So this is just kind of like a pathway where we're gonna build some more structures down there later down the line. So it's nothing much to see there, but a bunch of brush and weeds. So let's go back down. And again, I'm gonna be back next month, so I'll do another update then too. So we keep the updates rolling here for the project in Honduras because things are coming along. Okay, let's see what we got here. So now we're going into the more open, sort of flat spot right here that we start over here and then we're slowly but surely transitioning to being over here and making sure this area gets planted out. So right here, there's a lot of grass, just very quick, fast growing grass because there's so much sunlight here. So what we've been doing is obviously planting bananas to try to get some shade here quickly, but also we've been planting a lot of avocados. There's tons of avocados coming up everywhere because one of the last times I was here was during avocado season. Like I said before, you gotta work with what you got. Whatever's in season, you just use that. So there's tons of avocados, so you can see avocados. It was also urraco season, so I was able to get some urraco seeds. This is like Cania platypus, also known as sun sapote. I'll show you another one. This came up. Here it is. Beautiful sun sapote. Really, really love these trees. I have high hopes for this tree. I'm definitely going to be planting way, way more of these now that I know exactly what time they fruit. We have some, they're called paterna here. Sort of ice cream bean, some sort of Inga relative. I'm not sure exactly what it is. So avocados. So we're making little nests here because we're trying to cover up a whole area. Those super intense agroforestry rows from over there kind of are hard to do in such a bigger area. So what I've been opting for is just little nests, keeping it very simple. Again, if these avocados end up dying, then I have this little sort of somewhat resilient mini nest to plant other seeds into if need be. A beautiful avocado that one of my cousins planted like a decade ago, like when we first got the property. And of course the jack beans. Really interesting to see how vigorous the trees are when they're accompanied by the jack beans. So it's telling me that the jack beans are doing the job and actually fertilizing and fixing nitrogen. Some more of those hardy bananas that I really like. Other species of bananas as well. So trying to get the banana game going to get some shade over here. Let's see what we got over here. Some wimpy Inga. Probably gonna have to replace those or scrap that. Not sure. I really like the avocados, how they're doing. So I'm gonna keep planting avocados because there's plenty of them here. And of course, more jack beans. We're coming into the dry season, so I'm not doing a lot of planting right now. I'm kind of just focusing on chopping and dropping and organizing material to help benefit the things that are already doing well. So more avocado, more jack beans. Here's like a little kind of a mini row. Some cassava. Let's see. Jack beans. Avocado. Oh yeah, here's some pretty, somewhat healthy Ingas, paternas. These are looking healthy. I'm trying to find the ones where there's some really healthy looking ones that I found earlier. But either way, here's the mangoes. More jack beans. I'm really excited that there's so many jack beans coming up. And over there, up on that, is another sort of hillside. So again, we're not doing crazy amount of planting seeds over there, but we are just sort of consciously macheting it and trying to see if there's any trees there that are of interest. So here are the I don't know if I showed you these already, but these are ones that are doing very well. The ice cream bean paternas. This is probably the most vigorous looking one so far. So I'm happy if just one survives. It's fine enough with me. In agroforestry circles, I've heard like the saying, you plant 50 seeds so that you can keep one, because you never know. These seeds are at the mercy of this landscape with no irrigation, so the strongest seeds will survive. See if it was over here. No, it wasn't. Okay, well, either way, got some ice cream beans, avocados, and as time goes on, I'll be able to just keep filling out this area. But I'm going to show a little bit of this. This is guava land over here. I really, really love the function of the guavas on this hillside. But first, here's an oval, is what they call it here. Sort of some family to like June plums and things like that. It gives a little fruit apparently, and I think there's like a male and a female. I'm not really sure. I have to do more research on this plant. I'm not exactly sure what the Latin name is and what it, how it fruits, but apparently, just like any of the other ciruelas, they can you can plant a thick cutting like that and it'll take. So it's something that's used a lot in like living fences and stuff like that. So I really love the structure of the tree, and I love what it's doing here. This is another tree that I'm excited about. This Cojon de Chivo. I'm not sure exactly what the name is. Look at that crazy ass insect right there. There's so many crazy insects here. Dang it. But the stars of the show on this hillside are the guava trees. And like I said, when it's fruiting season, whoo, they produce so much. And you can see there, look at the critters. So that's abundance right there. They might not be the best tasting for us, but little kids in the village eat them. But they're not like the most amazing fruit. But look at that. And they produce abundant amounts of fruit that end up falling to the ground, and the little critters go and eat them and create nice rich soil to try to, because this is a hillside, things wash down. So doing their part to help maintain soil fertility here on this hillside. And of course the shade, like look at that. That's beautiful, beautiful shade. Beautiful bark. And again, food for the wildlife, so that birds and other stuff come and eat it, and they rest on the trees, and they'll poop out other maybe more desirable trees. This is a Gablote, Guazumo umifolia, which I pruned up there. I did an apical cut. I kind of want it to be a bushier tree. I want to experiment. This is I think this is another oval, that same tree that I showed you over there. So really, really cool structure. Nice, just long and straight. Very fleshy sort of leaves. I wish I knew the scientific name for this, the Latin name for this, but I mean, come on. You can't ask for anything better for agroforestry tree. And the fact that it takes from cuttings is good. And you can see here, I think I got cut here and it just exploded with growth. And here you can see kind of what it looks like in a shady environment with the understory looks like the weeds. So down there, tons of grass, tons of gnarly grass that kind of like itches and could just suffocate things. And now when you have an environment where it's shaded on the top, you start to get more broad-leafed weeds, very chill weeds, not as intense as the grass. You could kind of just trample through here and, you're not gonna get stuck in the grass like down there. Super easy to machete. Very beautiful, to be honest. If you like stop and slow down, you'll see tons of butterflies and stuff just frolicking in all the different flowers here. So this is the environment that I want to produce all over the property, so that I can plant trees that I really want in this environment, so they have a nice chill environment to grow up in. And once they're ready to fend for themselves, I'll chop things down and they can take the place of the guava trees and of the cecropias and of the ovals. So here's another oval. Again, super beautiful, long, straight trunk, and then just branches out up there. Really nice. And there's tons of other cool trees up there. I guess I'll go show, because I want this to be an in-depth little tour for, I guess I'll go over here because there's a lot of these examples of these trees, or of these plants. The piper, so you can see, I don't know if you can see little butterflies and insects just flying around as I step, but they're loving this little undergrowth here. But this is a cool one. This is that piper I was telling you about, which I think is Piper Duncum, I'm not sure. But you can see it's kind of just clumps and super strong root system, it seems like. Very, very beautiful leaves, and just does a good job of occupying that space, and very easy to cut with a machete as well. More guava trees and more cecropias and things like that, and more oval trees down there. And I guess I'll go down actually and show you the newest patch that we're working on. So let's take a little meander down there. See what we got. Here's another piper. What I think is Piper Duncum. Not 100% sure. They just get huge. I remember when they were like this big, and I was curious about them, so I left them grow, and now they're just like taking over. It's pretty awesome. I'd rather this take over than very short-lived grass. So you can see just tons of little different flowers. Some sort of morning glory type flower. Oh yeah. Okay. Here we're finding random avocados. So they're starting to pop up randomly, which is nice. This is another one putting on new growth. Up. And another one. So we're kind of just doing our best to just plant whatever's in season, and then we're just trying to cover up with the weeds that we cut. Trying to cover them up really nicely so that we know where they are, for one, so the weeds don't grow around it, and then two, it'll create that nest. It's all about the nests and creating places for seeds to thrive. Because like I said, if this avocado doesn't end up making it, at least we have some sort of a foundation to plant other seeds. Okay, I accidentally pressed the stop button. So we're gonna continue, and I'm gonna show you the cassava patch. So maybe you can see it better at this angle with the sun shining. So about a month or so ago, I had the guys plant a cassava patch here. You can see it a little easier right here. So we're opening up new ground over there. So you can already start to see the difference. You know, there's one banana there, but over here things are starting to get shaded. You know, little by little. And there's not a crazy amount of shade right there, but there will be in the next few months. But here it was absolutely open. There was not a lot of shade at all. So with the cassava patch, that's going to create very, very quick shade, which then I can plant other seeds in its place. So cassava is a very hardy plant. It handles drought very well. And because we were about to go into the dry season, I figured that was one of the only things I can get away with for the dry season. And we're gonna cover these lines up very well so that the moisture is retained. And we'll see. Look at the little grasshopper thing. We'll see how it goes. I'm not expecting it to be a full success, but I've been planting things like Napier grass in here as well because I know that that can also take the drought. We're leaving things like this this is a fire bush. So we're leaving firebush and other things to stay here to help shade and the system. But you can see I already started to, so we're macheting all the stuff down here. And I'm bringing all that stuff and raking it into the rows of cassava. So like I said, even if the cassava doesn't make it 100%, there's already gonna be a foundation. There's rows here that we can put other things into later. Here's a huge, I'm not sure how active it is, but this is a leaf cutter ant nest. It's been doing some damage in this area, so I'm not sure. I've already been seeing some damage to the cassavas here by the leaf cutter ants and by other insects. So we'll see. I'm hoping it does well, but if not, it's all right. We're trying to solidify and define these rows here. But yeah, that's it. Let me do the. Oh, whoa! I don't know what those are, but those look mean. Some red ant activity here. If you can see, they're marching. I'm not sure which ants are those, but they sure look mean. Definitely don't want to mess around with those guys. And then we come up on the path here. So again, there's more random avocados. Random. Oh, I guess there's not much of a path there. There's some cool trees I wanted to show you guys, but I guess I can't right now. But it's the overall overview of what we've been doing. And again, if you want to, well, not again. If you want to support the Agroforestry project, the GoFundMe link will be in the video description. And yeah, little by little, we're turning this into a food forest. Well, just beyond a food forest, just a forest in general, where tons of different species, a place where biodiversity can exist. But yeah, that's about it. Peace.